Today's show is sponsored by our friends at Orca Coolers. You might think it's the season right now, but it is dad season year-round. If you use code DADSEASON at orcacoolers.com, you will get 20% off. It's code DADSEASON. You're going to get 20% off. Be the envy of all the dads in your neighborhood. Get a tumbler, get a cooler from our friend at orcacoolers.com. Today's show is also sponsored by our friends at Action247.com. If you want action, get in on the action with Action 24/7, Tennessee's only sportsbook by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. And from now until the Super Bowl, if you use code DADS100, they will match your deposit up to $800. That's code DADS100. They'll match it up to $800. But of course, they're always having Friday awesome code days where you can parlay that with our code, and bowl seasons here. If you bet $30 on a college bowl game, you'll get a $15 free bet just because they love you. On Sunday, the Titans are playing in Pittsburgh. If you bet $50 on the spread between the Titans and the Steelers, you'll get a free bet equal to the number of points your team scores. There's all good stuff going on. Check them out at action247.com. Use code DADS100. Zeke, normally we would do a fun cold open with these that would be funny and it would make people laugh. I just want to take time out to mention that last night we got to go to the community batch from Maker's Mark. It is the second batch of community. We got to actually be a part of the selection team. We selected one of the blends that ended up in the community batch in the very end, and Ryan Megan had a nice little party at E3 in Nashville for people to come pick up their bottles. There were some appetizers, raffle, and we were there just taking it all in and happy to be there raising money for the Lee Initiative. So I just want to tell everybody, if you see the community batch, it is now getting released in all sorts of cities. If you see it, please pick up a bottle. It goes to the Lee Initiative, which is doing some awesome stuff. Look them up, find out all the good stuff they're doing. Zeke, sometimes you're just happy to be at the dance, and that was last night for me.
Well, and also you may want to throw out there as well that they're doing events all across the country, and that's the only place you can buy the bottles, to the best of my knowledge. I don't think this is going to go through normal channels such as distro and be in stores.
No, I think it is 100% those events. So look out for where the community batch events are.
If you're signed up as a Maker's Mark ambassador, you'll definitely get an email about when it's coming to your town. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards. With me, as always, is Zeke Baker, and together we make the Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us part of your day. Zeke, it's getting to that time of the year. I'm getting a little anxious. My nerves are up on edge because we have too much in the queue, and brands are coming to me saying, hey, are you ever going to talk about my whiskey? And then we always tell them, it's first in, first out, unless you're a highly allocated whiskey, and then we're going to try to get you up a little bit sooner. So now we have to go through and it's almost like the cleaning out the closet part of the year. So the shows for the rest of December, I don't know how many we're going to do. We're going to do as many as we can. Some might be short, some might be long. It depends on if the spirit is inside us and we want to give each other a lot of shit. But tonight, we are going to talk about Happenstance Whiskey, and that is now a local Nashville company. It was started by Paige Parker, who used to be in marketing at Anheuser-Busch. She noticed an opportunity in the spirits place, particularly bourbon, which she said is the third fastest growing spirit. She said people drink old fashions along with other whiskey and bourbon drinks. She believed that they didn't have an attachment to a particular brand they like, such as what happens with vodka and tequila, which I think is wrong. I don't necessarily agree with that statement that we don't have a particular brand of whiskey that we like. Maybe the casual cocktail drinker might not have a brand affinity, but I feel like a lot of us bourbon folk have a big brand affinity.
Even then, I don't know if I would say too much that there isn't a fair degree of loyalty in at least the vodka people. Gin too, probably.
No, that's what she was saying. She was saying that vodka and tequila has more brand loyalty than bourbon does.
Well, yeah, I'm with you. I don't. It's called Jack and Coke for a reason. Pour somebody a Jim and Coke, they'll know it's not a damn Jack and Coke.
Jim and Ginger?
They were a cute couple.
So Parker moved to Music City during the pandemic and said the community embraced her new spirit. She eventually wants to open up a tap room in Nashville, and then she's expanding to other Tennessee cities. I want to thank Biz Journals for giving me a lot of information here. She wants to eventually move to California, Arizona, Florida, Kentucky, and Georgia. This comes in at 90 proof, 45% ABV, and the price tag on it is $55. It is a 4-year-old whiskey.
When you first said move, I thought you meant like physically, but you mean into those markets. I was like, why would you want to leave Nashville? What the hell's the point of that?
I mean, she just got here. She literally just got here during the pandemic. So I don't think she wants to leave yet.
Yeah, no, I heard it and totally mistook it from you. So if anyone else pulled the same dumb move as I did, it's market wise, not physically.
Yeah, no, Zeke takes what he wants to from me. Like, I will say something and he hears whatever he wants to hear.
It's better than when I'm just not listening completely, because this is usually the part of the show where I nod off a little bit. Mash bill and age to go along with the 90 proof. Any idea or source?
I don't know the mash bill. I told you 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. You know what I could do?
I'm going to say the bottle ought to at least say origin, I think, doesn't it?
Let's see what this bottle says. It says it's double distilled. It's the Founder's Edition. It is actually, so it's distilled in Indiana, bottled by Happenstance Distilling Company in Nashville, Tennessee.
So odds are MGP.
Odds are MGP.
I got you.
What do you think about this, my friend?
On the palate, the first thing I really picked up was a cinnamon and clove spice. It wasn't overwhelming, but it definitely dominated the profile. I thought it was kind of thin feeling, which kind of tipped me that it was probably, somewhere in that 90-ish proof range. It just kind of feels nice and, cozy right there. Easy going. I picked up a bit of mild rind, but never really got any other type of citrus type notes out of it. But I did get that there slightly. But other than that, that was pretty light, easy pour, middle of the road for me. Really, it didn't jump or run off in any direction and offend or anything. But it also didn't make my eyes pop out of my head like one of those cartoon guys back in the day. Whoa, 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 wow.
Do that again.
Sorry.
Just do the wow, 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 wow.
No. Wow, 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 wow.
It sounded like you were stepping on a cat.
Oh, I knew it cracked. I told you, throat sore.
You are having a tough day today. I think I agree with you. Maybe a little bit more raw and grassy on the nose on top of everything else. I also think for the taste, I mean, you are 100% right. There's a lot of orange rind along with vanilla and all the other fun bourbon stuff. Gotta love that tasting note. Tastes like bourbon. Yeah, it does taste like bourbon, but that's okay. I think for what she was trying to do here, she said she wanted a full body drink that didn't have the bite or kick she believes typically comes with bourbon and whiskey. I think there's always going to be a little bit of a bite with bourbon, like unless you proof it way down. I think this is exactly, what she set out to do. And I think it was blended up well. I think for what she wanted to do here, mission accomplished. I think my only beef with this is the price. The reason I say that, it's not far off. It's Indiana whiskey, so yes, it's a premium, but at the same time, compared to where other Indiana whiskeys are at this age that are proofed higher, it's normally the cast strength for a year in that area would be the 55. So I think it's just flip-flopped around from where the drinker would be, and I think this would be more of a $40 bottle than a $55 bottle.
I mean, it really almost seems like a low rye to me, more than it does corn 51, plus percent, et cetera, mash bill. I mean, the notes I got, if I, reading these and not even tasting it again, or if you said, hey, just a rye or a bourbon, I think if anybody else read it, it'd take that away from it.
Well, no, nobody ever said it was a rye though.
I know. I'm saying to me, it drink like it, I think it all, if I tasted this blind and I had to pick one, I would say rye 10 times out of 10. I wouldn't pick this as being a bourbon. I think the profile is different. But, in the sense if we use the situation earlier of, if bourbon people aren't specific in drinking old fashions, this would make a hell of a one because it's got such a rye profile to it.
I mean, it's got a lot of the bourbon notes, but that orange rind and the cinnamon in there, I think that's what makes it stand out. I can see where you're getting the rye thing there. I get too much regular bourbon with it. Like there's too much vanilla with it for me to think rye. That's just kind of where I know people hate the way I say vanilla too. So I apologize in advance that I used that word.
You say it so much it makes your notes vanilla.
I don't say it that much. I stopped saying it. There was a review, I think, back in the day where somebody called out my saying vanilla, and then I tried not to say it. I tried not to say any of the typical things like caramel, vanilla. But sometimes, if your mouth gets coated, yeah, it's caramel.
Fair enough.
I think she set out to do exactly what she wanted to do with this whiskey. I don't know how you feel about it. Like I said, I'm not going to be a broken record here, but the only thing I would adjust on this release is price. But I understand it's a one-woman show. She's trying to get things going. It is a brand that's sourcing Indiana whiskeys at a premium. I understand charging a premium, but at the same time, I think for long term, if you're trying to do that brand loyalty thing, I think you got to look at a place like Chattanooga Whiskey, Penelope, that have priced things well compared to others. And I think they're seeing a huge spike in loyalty because of it.
Yeah, Blue Note moving up too.
Oh, yeah, great call on that. I mean, the Juke Joint and then the Uncut, neither one of them, they're priced probably exactly the same in that realm of Penelope and Chattanooga.
I mean, I think in this day and age where there's almost a new brand or label or SKU or whatever that pops up every day, if someone takes the chance on this one and buys it, they'll drink the entire bottle. It's not going to be one of those, drain pour things you see on the internet or whatever kind of bullshit stuff folks do these days, which, it's got to be pretty bad to not get the use out of your whiskey when you buy it, but people claim to do it. I'm just saying this doesn't fall in that category to me at all. So, I don't think anybody's going to be offended that takes a chance on it and grabs a bottle off the shelf.
Oh, I don't think you're going to go wrong at all. I don't think you're going to taste this and go, oh man, I wish I didn't get it. It's a good whiskey. It definitely will do the trick. I think it'll make a great cocktail. I think it's fine, neat. You ain't going to be disappointed at all getting this one.
It's about where I leave it.
Well, we want to thank Happenstance for sending this whiskey our way. We hope to find out more about the brand as time goes on. Maybe we'll get to sit down sometime with Paige and talk to her because she is here in Nashville. But y'all can find us on Facebook at Dad's Drinking Bourbon, Twitter at Bourbon Dads, Instagram at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
Good old Music City, USA.
And all I want for Christmas is for y'all to leave us a review wherever you listen to us. Cheers.
Finally gave up the hair. All right. Ciao.